Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Over here!
The children yearn for mysteries. They're gagging to unmask creepy old men committing land fraud. It was true in 1969, it was true in 2002, and it's true today. It warms my heart that Scooby-Doo is still alive and kicking, even with its ups and downs.
Basic bitch who doesn't even know how to use hashtags?
Shut your mouth or we're gonna sew your lips shut! Shut up!
I recently made a video reviewing the old 90s Scooby-Doo films, the VHS projects that led to the series revival after 8 dormant years. Those first 3 are still fantastic, by the way, always worth a revisit on Halloween. But rewatching them, it was hard not to take potshots at the live-action films that, released shortly after, took heavy inspiration from them, and are probably equally important in the revival of the brand. And while I grew up loving these, they're very easy to mock. And I love punching down. They're both an extreme product of their time, while also completely out of step. They're presenting a more mature version of the series, in theory, but are also the most childish the franchise has ever been. Its list of inspiration ranges from the original show, Mr. Bean, the Brady Bunch film...
Alright, this is a car, Jack!
Of course this is a car. But my name's not Jack, it's Greg.
And I Know What You Did Last Summer.
What are you waiting for?
Buffy...
Come on, Cordelia. You want to be a member of the Scooby Gang, you gotta be willing to be inconvenienced every now and then.
And Scream.
This one, it's a scream, baby! Hold on a sec. I'll be right back.
Zoinks!
Honestly, they're not great, but the live-action films are really fascinating. So let's flip over the coin and see the uglier side of the great 2000s Scooby-Doo revival. Rev up those mystery machines, we're taking a look back at when Scooby-Doo got real. Real fucking weird, brother.
And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. Yes, it's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
So, development started on the first live-action Scooby-Doo film back in 1994. Yeah, 1994. I mean, big surprise, the finished flick is a product of 8 years of development hell. Who could have guessed? You see, in the mid to late 90s, you could not escape the endless dump of live-action films based on 80s cartoons. You got the Flintstones, Inspector Gadget, Dennis the Menace.
He said, Mason, stop kidding around, let's do this scene. If you don't, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
And I'm gonna knock all your teeth down your throat.
Mr. Magoo, George of the Jungle, Space Jam, kind of.
She is such a bad bitch, though! I will fuck the shit out of
I'm actually kind of shocked they never did Jetsons.
I am roasting.
I am roasting.
Turner Inc. knew that the time was perfect to jump on this trend with the biggest IP they had. But the road ahead was going to be anything but smooth, and the endless revisions over the years meant they didn't jump so much as limply faceplant into it. Even in 1996, it looked like the light was finally green, with Jim Carrey as Shaggy, and a plot revolving around the gang going to college and finding a city of demons under their dorm. Weird. But that fell through in the WB merger a year later. Thanks to it, all Turner-produced scripts legally needed to be tossed. Apparently, this was quite disappointing. It seems to be well liked from those lucky enough to have read it. When news broke that WB was starting from scratch in '97, Ain't It Cool News praised the discarded script as having the potential to have been a monster hit, and commenting, "Me wanna see." Then in 1998, it was in the news that Kevin Smith would be directing a new script written by Jay Kogan, a writer you may know from, no... The Peanuts Files! Yeah, baby! Michael Myers thought the script was shagtastic. And was rumoured to be playing the role of the main villain, leading a gang of ex-culprits from the OG show. Sounds vaguely familiar. Smith would later reference this doomed project in a short sketch in one of his Silent Bob Stoner comedies. That dropped just a few months before the finished film, actually.
I got just the thing for that. We call it Doobie Snacks.
The joke is weed! Then, around 2000, James Gunn rewrote the Kogan script thrice. All now very similar to the finished product, but with big tweaks to the tone each time.
Hey, you guys, look. I know I'm just the dude that carries the bags.
Look, I'm a man of substance. The dorky chicks like you turn me on too.
It's a compliment. This is the most embarrassing thing you've done since you decided to clean your beans at Don Knotts' Christmas party. Huh?
Gunn's a name you're probably familiar with now thanks to a pretty big late-stage career boost in the superhero scene. Still, this was his early horror gonzo days.
Holy there's a snake right there, right? So let's just give me that moment. Cut.
He went harder on that angle. The demons are scarier, and the jokes are darker.
That way's not so good either.
What are you doing?
I'll make 2 nooses. We'll hang you first. I'll make sure you're dead. This way, at least they won't get our souls.
Alright, I actually do like the joke the script ended on.
Ruby-dooby-doo! Haha, do that again, Scoop. Ruby-dooby-doo! I'm gonna start doing that. Fred!
Fred, please don't.
Fred Jones!
Speaking of Fred, he ends up relatively forgotten in the final piece. But in these first drafts, he's one of the best parts.
It could be a hypno wheel.
Those red and white twirly things that make you act like a chicken?
Amnesty International has declared hypno wheels a violation of basic human rights, ever since Pol Pot employed one during the Khmer Rouge.
You still, have a thing for her, don't you?
That's ludicrous.
Then what's this?
Don't be touching my private things!
In these early drafts, he was originally more of the dorky lead for the film, a role that was, in some cases, switched word for word with Shaggy.
Let's do that thing where we all put our hands in, we lift them up, and we go, woohoo!
Only if Fred and Velma do it.
People are watching, Shag.
Bro.
Yes, go bro.
For all of that, though, reading it now, it is kind of wild this was ever even considered by WB.
You were terrified!
He had cheddar cheese for a head. I let him capture me so you could save me. Oh, help, help, give me a break. And I'll tell you, that wasn't the only thing I faked.
Slow down!
But I'm over the codependent damsel in distress crap, alright? I don't want you. I don't like you. And that ascot makes you look gay.
And they must have realised that, because they took the script and started to lighten it up, over and over.
Let's get jinky with it.
Even as late as into the editing process, with riskier scenes cut, cleavage supposedly covered with CGI, and a lot of footage still lost to time. Now, the big bad studio harming the precious writer's vision, it's a tale as old as time.
I've been busting my hump at this network for years!
But this is a case where I actually kind of agree with the studio. It all reads like what Velma ended up being, and we all know how that turned out. Now, not that I'm not interested in a more mature take, that is what Zombie Island, Mystery Inc., Scooby Natural all were.
I call team up with Daphne. Great! It'll be just the 3 of us.
And they're all fantastic. But I don't think I ever want a grotesque Scooby-Doo meets the boys type thing. Fucking racist Scooby.
Rick's really in Raggy? I don't know. Reams like a rot.
Like, Scoob, you can't be saying that.
Raid the old row, Raggy.
Raid the old row. like, I wish I didn't teach you how to talk, man. So after 6.5 years perfecting the script, it was finally ready to shoot the damn thing. The film was given $84 million to make, or $158 million in today's big city greens. The crew had 400 employees. They rented out an entire island and built all these honestly really impressive sets.
It's definitely got that Alice in Wonderland kind of feel. There was a whole color, like one room would be completely green, the next room would be completely blue, blue castles. It was always blue in there. I don't know why, but if you notice, our castle interior is blue. Flaming face, skull. Why not?
Now, I'm not saying this was a ludicrous production dripping in hubris. This wasn't no Popeye. But it was a notably big affair and showed undeniable confidence from WB.
You know, we've taken over every single soundstage that they have at the facility.
25 sets, 25 locations. Each one of the sets and locations is a huge build.
They really were sure people were going to come out of their caves to see Scooby-Doo IRL. That is, with one notable catch.
It's very thrilling.
Yeah, a lot of money was pumped into this. They advertised it heavily, and we're going to see more and more that a lot of legitimately talented and dedicated people worked hard on it, whether in front or behind the camera. But then they gave directing duties to the dude behind Home Alone 3 and Big Mama's House.
Feels so damn good.
Big Mama, is there another flashlight under there?
You're under arrest. No, I'm not!
I don't know why. Maybe they thought someone who had done both a kid's kid film and a raunchy comedy could help find that balance the script was seriously struggling to hit. We'll get to it, but whatever they wanted, it didn't happen.
This year, Scooby Doo.
In fact, this confusion over tone made it into that advertising. You've got your usual stuff. Silly ads, fast food toys, Lunchables tie-ins.
We're tasting new Scooby treats, collectible motion cards, and secret codes on the back. Then you can rush for Daphne.
But then, one of the biggest pushes was this bizarre tie-in special with MTV's risque Spring Break Cancun TV show.
There's a blonde in a bikini sunbathing at Oasis Beach. She needs you to massage some sunscreen on her. If you lotion up the right girl, she'll give you a piece of the Mac.
You're under arrest.
Almost tragically lost to the uncaring annals of time, destined to remain forgotten on Lost Media Wiki while an army of man-children hunt down toddler pilots instead.
I think washing those thongs was a favor for Frankie. Closest he's got to a lady in like the last year.
But it's just about managed to survive online in 240p. I'm sure much to WB's dismay. Now, I'm no prude, but this is just bizarre, right?
And be sure to check out Scooby Doo. It's coming to theaters on June 14th. Check it out.
Zoinks, 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 zoinks. Did somebody spank your Alpo?
Was the film for nostalgic adults? Was it for the MTV generation of party teens? Was it for stoners? Was it for little kids? Was it for some disturbing creature that somehow lives in the crossover of that very specific Venn diagram? We'll try to figure that out together. Fingers crossed we'll figure it out. Psst, we won't. In any case, the film finally released in the year of our Lord, 2002. Pepsi Blue, Mighty Beans, Spider-Man 1, 9/11, Spider-Man 1, 9/11, inflatable chairs, and so much denim. Oh yeah, it's the modern age, and here comes a hip new Scoob for the Sunny D generation. Keeping it real. Grab your Nokia 3310 and your Beyblades. It's Scooby time. In the land of a million drums, there is always something going on. And what's going on here? Borderline plagiarism. Scooby-Doo 2002, the film where they dared to ask, fellas, what if we make Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? Bad. Alright, a little mean. I know people love this film, and there is a surprising amount of fun to be had with it. But, man, spoiler alert, is it good?
Hurry!
But first, let's pour out our pickle shakes
With the pickle on top.
for the cut opening credits, hand animated to resemble the original TV show, if it had a budget. As an old fan, it is such a treat to watch, and actually does set the stage for all the plot threads to come. And for a 2-minute sequence, they really squeeze in as many little references as humanly possible. Oh, yo, there's my boy! There's my boy! The song's a bit meh, but it's Scooby Doo on a Caribbean island in 2002. They were never not gonna get Shaggy. I still don't know what he's yapping about though. I get it was probably cut for time for being a bit too long to expect little peanut brain goblins to sit through, but, you know, hands down, the film would have been better with it than without. Maybe they could have at least thrown it into the credits. Honestly, a kid audience hasn't been done this dirty since the director of The Lorax cut its emotional power ballad for being too adult. That wasn't a joke. Yeah, I know, right? At this point, the series has had so many artistic reboots that I think people forget just how great those original Takemoto character drawings look when done right. I mean, it's something the last show, Guess Who, at least got. But man, you know, imagine if the whole film looked like this. Just imagine if the whole film looked like... Why didn't the film look like this?
Oh no! Sorry, I got hungry.
Alas, we're dropped into the thick of it, the live-action media res, at the end of a traditional mystery. Within seconds, we get our first joke. The ghost grabs Daphne's skinny
roll-sized booty.
Guys, hurry it up! This ghost keeps grabbing.
This is your early red flag, folks. The gang's all here. Frank, Velma, Dirk, Shaggy, and the dog. They're doing their final... It's not funny. The gang are doing their usual final trap against the Lunar Ghost, a monster with a design that goes pretty hard, not gonna lie. They even whacked it on the poster. He'd make a good 2000 slasher in another life. It's a bit off-tone for Scooby-Doo, but when the design is this cool, you can forgive it. It even gets a cameo in Mystery Inc. Oh, come on, he could have had his own episode. He gave one to Gator Ghoul. Otherwise, it's business as usual. You know the drill. Daphne's captured, Fred makes a trap goes wrong, but thanks to Shaggy and Scooby's bumbling, they captured the dude anyway. Velma was also in this episode. Ah, fuck, stop that! This is also 2002, so let's throw in a cameo from a celebrity well past their prime, phoning it in. Oh, cool, yeah, cool. Oh, and don't forget the totally tubular skateboard sequence. Whoa, yeah! A cynical part of me wants to moan and bitch about Pamela Anderson being really forced and outdated for them to throw in, but I'm pretty sure it's a little gag at how outdated and forced the cameos were in the original show. Well, that's kind of funny. The idea that Barbed Wire inexplicably runs a toy factory is silliness the new movies would do.
How could you, Pamela? I am a lover boy of George Clooney in proportions.
I beg your pudding.
Anyway, despite barely holding it together, they managed to capture Old Man Smithers to the adulation of the media. Good stuff. Then the gang quit.
I quit.
No.
That it's really mean-spirited and awkward.
I'm going to kill you, Daphne!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's he asking?
Even as a kid, this whole thing caught me off guard. We're still in the first 5 minutes, and they're already hitting us with the sad music and the dramatic goodbyes.
I do? Yeah, I quit.
No.
We don't really know these characters yet. It's so jarring. They're having their third act low point at the start of Act 1. Now, I hate when people criticize comedy as mean-spirited, as much as I do when they use punching down. And I'm well aware I used both of those things already. I love punching down. But some of the best comedy ever made is mean-spirited. You need a bit of an edge or a bite just to sell the joke.
Leave it!
Bald-ass alien piece of shit.
Still, besides the bonkers tone, that's kind of the core issue here. Looking at Zombie Island, it really struck me that the gang's dynamic is a huge part of why Scooby-Doo thrived and its clones died. I mean, certain iterations can be a little bland, sure.
Come on, Scooby, where you been?
But when done right, they play off each other so well and are just so damn likable.
This just gets better and better. Maybe from where you're standing.
Scooby actually only contributes a little to the franchise's success by himself. Every time they've tried to nip out the rest of the gang, it's failed.
Well, I'm hanging with the Scoob. Shaggy's watching tunes. I'm gonna sing this song all day long. Shut up!
I came for the mysteries, but I stay for the goofballs.
We're just solving mysteries. All the kids are doing it.
No,
they're not.
Just don't want you to make a mistake you'll regret.
You mean like making a bad trap?
But here, the gang are just not pleasant to see together at any point in the runtime. Daphne is really pissy and flat out bullies Velma. Fred openly puts down and dismisses the rest of the gang.
How are you gonna save yourself when you get caught? Shaggy and Scooby, do whatever you guys do.
And Velma is just so whiny and cold.
All nothing. I was always picked last for the teams.
It's not sad when they break up, you just kind of think, good. I don't know why Shaggy is so bummed by it. These people should not be around one another. And that's what they decide. They all go their separate ways in their own individual Hot Wheels.
See, check, there's my purple Mercedes right there.
Fred's got the dope car.
Yeah, he did.
I get the Converti.
No go.
And Shaggy tearfully drives off in the Mystery Machine. Wait a minute. Isn't the Mystery Machine Fred's van? It is! It's Fred's van! Shaggy, why are you taking Fred's van? Come back here! Shaggy!
Stay tuned as the gang comes face to face with the mad Mr. Mondavarius, guest starring Rowan Atkinson.
So, years pass. Zombie Island! And each of the gang are approached by a mysterious puppet master, luring each one of them to his isolated island. Zombie Island! To help solve his mysterious problem involving real monsters. Guys, help! I need my nailer! They're playing a Bob Marley song. You may not have gotten this as a kid, but this is a subtle reference to Shaggy beating his wife.
And he might just trade you for a kiss on the cheek. Like
Shaggy just played you.
Yeah, the film really loves pretty much every single worn-out playground jab you ever heard about Scooby-Doo growing up. Shaggy is a stoner.
So you mean to tell me they weren't high? Nope, they're just stupid.
Fred's banging Daphne when they split up for clues. Velma is Lebanese. All the classics. I think some fans really love they do this, but for me, honestly, it's such low-hanging fruit, and they pick it so frequently.
Talk about toasted!
But thank you, Scooby-Doo 2002, for teaching me what hydrochloric and hydrophonic means as a baby boy. I guess I did get something out of watching this.
We don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric?
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason, man.
It takes some cajoling, but Shaggy and Scoob agree to go. And you know, for such an important plot point, you really don't get to feel the weight of their time apart. I kinda talked about it longer than the film does. Years have passed, but non-diegetically, it's I quit. Velma? And it wouldn't take much. Zombie Island had a very short set of scenes showing where everyone ended up post-Mystery Inc., and it did the trick very efficiently. Oh well, the show must go on, so the gang unhappily reunite at the airport.
My new book, Fred on Fred.
Jinkies, that's impressive.
But speaking of rushing things, there were actually some pretty important scenes here cut, showing that the gang aren't doing as well as they pretend to one another. Take Fred bragging about a book tour that's in reality poorly attended con appearances.
Later, for $5, you can come up and touch it.
Velma's self-actualization goes about as well as signing up for BetterHelp.
I don't remember a Thelma.
And Daphne has turned a body into a weapon. It's just a shame that weapon is a colibri.
Yinshin, yatikwa yung dumusaya.
Yeah, I know.
I would have kept these. I think it's important to show what a mess their lives are going solo, how desperate they are for the money, and why they begrudgingly go to Spooky Island anyway. Oh, good God, here he comes.
They don't allow big dogs on the plane.
If you think this is horrific, you should see what the actors had to deal with on set. Oh, Jesus, this might be a horror film after all. I've danced around it, but I suppose now's as good a time as any to address the giant CGI dog in the room. Fucking hell, I hate Scooby's model.
No one is stupid enough to believe that.
It's this glaring issue with both films, and it's right in front of you most of the runtime. His disgusting face is plastered on all the advertising, on front of the DVDs, mocking me. I'm always watching you, WrestleMania. Now, Scooby should be sort of ugly. Kind of. He's cute in that way only big dogs can be. I mean, just look at him. It's totally all down to them choosing to go with this mostly realistic take, as was the style at the time. The problem is, a realistic dog moving and talking like a Hanna Barbera character is uncanny as shit. Physical comedy gags that probably would have landed if he was still an elastic cartoon just fall very flat with this version. Here's a joke in the cartoon, and here's the same joke in the film.
Feeling okay?
Not even close. Don't get me started on his little dog teeth. The logic is a realistic dog design would gel better with live action actors. Something that was evidently top priority for the team.
It was very important to me that Scooby looked and acted like a real dog because he has to inhabit this real world.
That's the hard thing, and that is a mammoth challenge that, frankly, we're all scared to death about.
And it's not phoned in. This isn't a lazy job. They clearly tried really hard, but they were just asked to do an impossible task. Guys, it's okay, but Fred isn't real. He can't hurt you. He lives in the screen. But for all the time and money and effort, it never, not once, feels like they're sharing the screen with a real dog. Despite Matthew Lillard just doing as best as anyone could possibly do.
That was for sure the most challenging moment of the film. Probably one of the hardest scenes I've ever done.
So Scooby's up and then down and up and then down and up and then down. So there's a lot of little marks all over the set that you try to make eye contact with. It's difficult.
The sad fact is Scoob was never going to believably be there, even if done today. So it would have been smarter to lean into that. Make a cartoony design with slightly more detail and let the audience suspend their disbelief. Kind of like what they did with the Rocky and Bullwinkle film. Do you remember the Rocky and Bullwinkle film? I remember the Rocky and Bullwinkle film.
RBTV changed its name from really bad television to Rocky and Bullwinkle television.
What's the difference?
It's the difference between the current movie Sonic design and the one they were gonna use originally. And it really is the same as it ever was, because I look at Disney's Lion King and Little Mermaid remakes, and I'm astonished the industry still hasn't realised this.
What did you say about my brother? That's not a trait, that's my brother.
I mean, my god, he was more believably present in his Looney Tunes Back in Action cameo. Do you remember Looney Tunes Back in Action? I remember Looney Tunes Back in Action.
If you like goof on me in the sequel, I'm coming after you.
Yeah, and I'll give you a Scooby smack.
Also, and I'm aware this is a super tiny little nitpick, but I don't know why they didn't pick Frank Welker to voice Scoob. He is the official voice of both him and Fred.
I love you, Raggy. Rooby-dooby-doo!
It reminds me of this kind of weird bias against voice actors in the industry. Like when they took Matthew Lillard, who is now the official voice of Shaggy, and booted him for that animated Scoob film, replacing star power with arguably someone with less star power, I guess simply because Will Forte wasn't working as a voice actor at the time.
Oh, Scoob, I know it feels like everyone's judging us today. Even the bowling pins.
I'm a virgin.
Not for long. You got a freaking explode inside you.
I don't know, I just don't get it, you know, there's a lot I don't understand about Hollywood. But enough about that. They get on the plane, which is full of what I can only describe as the spawn of Sum 41 and Offspring having a gangbang. Yeah, go to heck, man, I'm gonna be 18 forever! One of these little creatures will be Shaggy's love interest for the film. Much to Scoob's disgust, they bond over being total freaks.
Those sure do look like Scooby snacks.
I know they're for dogs, and I love them.
I've had dog food. I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.
And that teen focus is most present here.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
After Scooby assaults Fred,
you simply flick it on the nose.
We see their destination is a spring break resort. Oh no. A pretty far cry from the usual abandoned castles and swamps you'd expect. Although they get them in there. And I mean, I guess this is new. I haven't seen them in this scenario before. I've never wanted to see them in this scenario before, but I just got off from a day of work and I'm choosing to watch 2002 Scooby Doo, so who cares what I want? I don't want to be told to grow up. Fuck my life. The film is constantly fighting the vibe that it's an MTV Movie Awards parody rather than a real film that I'm watching with my eyes and holding in my hands right now as I speak. I can't believe it! Is that Mr. Bean? Yes, Rowan Atkinson is here too. I told you the cast was talented. He's present for a small handful of scenes playing the island owner.
Ah, but that's what Spooky Island's all about. Realizing your worst fears. I'm Emil Monteverius.
That's right, boys. Mondo.
Various.
But he never really gets to do anything that funny. It's kind of a waste.
Oh, I can go and claws and everything. Oh, yes, you wouldn't want to run into me in the dark alley, I can tell you.
Oh no, this isn't Blackadder Atkinson. This is Thin Blue Line Atkinson. This is one of our greatest physical comics of all time, and all they have him do is pretend to fall out of this statue. Oh! Yeah, you clearly weren't in there, mate. How much did you get paid for this? 100,000? Get in the statue, Johnny English! And looking behind the scenes, I mean, it doesn't seem like he had that much fun making the film.
Acting to fresh air is tricky, there's no doubt. I mean, it's always nice, you know, any performance is a dialogue of some kind. It's either you and another actor, or it's you and an audience.
It's a bit challenging for the actors, but they've stepped up really well.
It's just me in an empty chair.
But I can't claim he's not trying with the material. He even ad-libs little bits here and there. Like, when he scratches behind his ear like a dog. That's a legitimately nice touch once you know the twist. And speaking of the positives, Spooky Island looks great. It's going for this Halloween meets Tiki design that still feels very unique. Very Hasselvania coded. I'd have my honeymoon here. But why are Mystery Inc. here?
Carol! Hey, Carol! How's the island?
Are you tricking on me?
Carol, it's me. It's Brad. We've known each other since we were like 3.
Carol! Hey, Carol! How's the island? Carol!
Are you tricking
me? Brad.
Are you?
Brad. We've known Brad since we were like 3.
Carol! The island! Carol!
Mondavarius is very concerned because something or someone is turning these raucous teens into total dweebazoids by the time they leave.
And the young people that come off that barge, the people I love the most.
People you... what? Teenagers?
You're under arrest. No!
Mystery's in the air and... ooh, it gets the blood pumping for Mystery Inc. The gang split up and look for clues.
Let's split up and look for clues.
Let's split up and start searching.
Well, I guess we better split up and look around.
Let's split up and search for this ape man who eats hamburgers.
But not like they normally do, like nastily.
I'm gonna solve this one first.
Not before I solve it first.
They go their separate ways to do it themselves.
Got a call for a Mr. Doo.
Melvin Doo?
Nah, Scooby.
I love Melvin Doo. It's not even a good joke, but it's the best one in the film. Kicking our investigation off, we have Velma, getting her jinkies into a twist, stumbling upon our first suspects. Achu Kahuna and his psychic Bane. Oh hell yeah, I love Ed Zappelli.
While you party, they plot their revenge.
they would. Holographic projectors.
What a smart little one.
Meanwhile, we have Shaggy and his lady friend, not contributing anything, just faffing around and growing close.
Voila.
Nobody's ever given me head before.
Ooh, I think she fancies him back. Ooh.
Like that is my favorite name.
Alas, unfortunately for Shaggy, he isn't able to live up to his name because Scoob dog blocks him, running from So these are our main monsters for the film. They're kind of like skinned rabbits. Okay, the Luna Ghost was cool, but in general, the monsters in this film are just so weird. Nothing like anything that was in the original show. I mean, just look at this. Look at that. What is that? They never explain. And oh my god, this scene is pure CGI, yet the models look their least believable.
All of this is fake.
Yeah, there was.
Is that real? That may be real.
The trees?
The trees?
No, I think it's fake. Because I remember
Is the whole thing created?
I think the whole thing is created.
That's not.
Oh, on a computer. Ooh, a hamburger. That sounds really good.
They're not even touching. It doesn't make any sense.
No one is stupid enough to believe that.
I'll spoil it now too. I mean, it's pretty clear from this first encounter, but yes, the monsters are real. Which is meant to be subversive.
Well, I think for me the big breakthrough in finding out where I wanted to go with Scooby-Doo was making the choice to make the monsters real.
Oh, you cracked it, did you? Oh, you figured it out! Oh, how did you come up with such a unique idea?
This time, the monsters are real.
It's all very much scraps left on the table from the original tone, I reckon. The monster designs are way more akin to something that would be on Buffy than Scooby-Doo. And speaking of the vampire layer herself, Daphne stumbles onto the best character in the film, Voodoo Guy.
Well, here's a clue. Purple is a fall color.
It's the middle of May.
This dude is just here for 2 very short scenes, but you know, both times he just steals the show.
I was about to sacrifice this chicken.
But that chicken's not alive.
I know that chicken is not alive, smart little girl. What, you figured it out when you saw it didn't have a head?
No.
Man doesn't even get a name, or a point. He's meant to be a red herring, but he's in so little of the film, you'd never get fooled by him.
Why you all up in voodoo ritual space?
We don't have a catch-up with Fred because his scene finding footprints is deleted. The film just does not have time for him. Going into the film, Fred.
No, I'm not!
So, by pure coincidence, they all manage to convene at the abandoned Spooky Castle ride and reluctantly agree to temporarily join forces. There's also a really fun callback to the very first episode, if you catch it.
Because castles have paintings with eyes that watch you, and suits armor you think's a statue, but there's a guy inside who follows you every time you turn around.
How many times has that actually happened?
That's kind of fun. So, like always, Fred wants to let's split up and look for clues. But Velma gets a bit pissy because he wants to go with Daphne, you know.
I was always picked last for the teams.
That old chestnut.
Velma and I'll look in the basement.
Daphne?
I mean, Scooby, you and Velma check upstairs.
So they mix it up and finally work together a little bit. Narratively, it's a pretty important plot beat for our gang and story. In this universe, they've proven they don't do that well together, but they've also done even worse apart. So now we're going to see them actually have to overcome their issues, improve as people, and thus a team. This is what is supposedly the main focus of the film, so I guess now's as good a time as any to take a closer look at how exactly this film's been adapting these characters. First up, let's look at Daphne! Daphne is probably the best example of the film being more an adaptation of the series' reputation than the actual content.
I'm so over this damsel in distress nonsense.
In fact, I kind of have a sneaking suspicion that Gunn only ever really watched a pup called Scooby Doo.
Even worse, there is mud on my new go-go boots. I am helpless. I'm gonna die. Oh!
Her arc in this film is that she's the lowest on the Tiki totem pole. She's this useless damsel in distress. So she spends the rest of the film trying to prove she's actually an independent mystery solver who don't need no ink. Mostly goes wrong. Her attempts to protect people fail.
I'll protect you.
Her attempts to outsmart people Fails.
Do not go into that spooky island castle.
Aha! You want me to go up to that castle?
Didn't you just hear what I said?
Her attempts to fight people off. Fails. All of this is a build-up to the final climactic punchline, where it turns out that she is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she can do wire work. Woo! Look at her go! And I also just have to hand it to Gellar. She was flying back and forth to Australia in between Buffy shoots just to be in this film.
Remember, and then we took pictures with Roger's kids and all
But it
that
was still
stuff?
sad because I had to go back to work the next
Look
day.
at that Donny Osmond looking guy.
Nice eyebrows.
Who's
yeah.
that stud?
Those are different eyebrows. Yeah.
Easy.
Just to be in this film wearing those boots, I mean, just look at any scene where she has to walk in sand. That's dedication. Then again, I'd also take any excuse to get away from Joss Whedon. The problem, if you want to call it that, is the original Scooby-Doo ran for 41 episodes. And Daphne only gets kidnapped in 6 of them. In the 1972 revival, only happens once. Now, someone is usually captured every episode to add tension. It's the Scooby-Doo formula.
Come on, Daphne. I know you're ticklish.
Excuse me, what the actual
So 7 out of 67 stories isn't really that notable.
I do not always get kidnapped.
No. He's got a point.
A lot of parodies and later adaptations really play up Daphne as this girly girl, like in A Pup Called Scooby-Doo. But she really wasn't that way in the original show. I think this is just a consequence from being put next to frumpy old Velma. Ugh.
Frightened of. It was only a silent movie. Well, if the movie was silent, why can't you be?
But, I do sympathise. Daphne is probably the second least developed character.
I've heard of things that go bump in the night, but do you have to go bump so hard?
She's a nice girl. She is a bit feminine. That's it. So they had to do something. And a bimbo who wants to prove that she can kick ass is something, I guess. Legally read. Better than being Peter Griffin.
I thought you had a pet growing up, Daphne.
Sure, we had show horses. Oh, and Mother had a show cat named Show Horse.
Or a drug dealer. Though, and I know I'm glazing Zombie Island a lot, I do prefer the adrenaline-chasing, cynical reporter take that the VHS films went with, personally. Fred and Velma!
Ooh, that's from my mom.
Would you believe me that for all the weed jokes, all the damsel jokes, the sex, the scrappy, the lesbian jokes, all these baseless playground level potshots, Fred hating women is the only one that's actually accurate to the show.
This desert reminds me of a woman.
Why's that?
It goes on and on and on.
Man.
What a guy. You love traps because you're gay. Fred loves them because he hates women.
Traps Illustrated? Freddy!
Fred probably surpasses Daphne as the least developed character in that first show.
Then what happened to Zeb?
I don't know.
What's it doing in this half-blooded old riverboat?
I don't know.
I wonder where Shaggy and Scooby could be.
I don't know.
What's it mean by give the password?
I don't know.
Why would a ghost pirate want revenge on a nice man like Mr. Magnus?
I don't know.
But what about Ebenezer Sharp?
I don't know.
But who would be running a generator on an abandoned airfield?
I don't know.
And what's with that piece of paper the guard handed you, Freddy?
I don't know.
He's the calm one, he comes up with the plans, he owns the van, oh, he has an ascot. You can always make an ascot joke.
You know, throughout the years, a lot of people have asked me, Fred, why the scarf? And I always tell them the same thing. Why don't you mind your own business, pal? I'm a cartoon star. I have more
So again, egotistical leader who steals the spotlight works, I guess. His arc is to learn to appreciate what the rest of the team brings to the table, to share the spotlight, and to realize dorky chicks turn him on too. I regard this film as being in the growing pains era for the character. Himbo Fred was something that even the VHS films, and later What's New Scooby-Doo, experimented with.
I should warn you, I can bench press 220. I can bench 220. Well, not to boast, but I can bench 220.
What you benching these days then?
220?
Wow, looks like you can bench 220.
I'm training to bench 220. 1.
It did seem like that was the direction to go to give him a bit of spice. But the franchise eventually settled on him being this overly eager, kinda autistic dude who's a little too into his car and making traps, which is just a way better take. Now you can't talk about Fred without Velma. They're kind of paired together here.
Velma, what are you doing there?
I don't know.
Velma is a character that's so easy to get wrong. This film, Velma, that weird comic where they fight demons and Shaggy's a hipster. Hell, even the otherwise fantastic Mystery Inc.
Are you trying to destroy our business?
Reboot, parentals.
These all confuse Velma being bookish and smart with her being kinda a jaded asshole. There's this idea in fiction, I reckon, that the smart character should be this seething femcel type who puts others down. I think somewhere along the way, being snide and bitchy became this narrative lighthouse signaling intelligence.
I don't have friends.
But it's also pretty overused and trite, but more so just not who Velma is. In the show, she's a bit of a bumbling Mr. Magoo type, sure, but she's also an important supportive role for the wider gang. The VHS films really nailed this, and even created this great dynamic with Daphne.
Claws, magnets, hologram projectors. Just like the good old days. Too much like the good old days.
They both love doing these mysteries, but while Daphne is forever chasing the real thing, Velma is this skeptic who relishes unmasking phonies. It's a lot of fun back and forth.
This just gets better and better. Maybe from where you're standing.
Here it's a bit more standard. Velma is sick of being unappreciated, an issue she specifically has with Fred.
A tremendous amount of teamwork, and I always have a plan. Come on.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Unlike the others, there's not much for her to prove here. It's more about her learning to open back up after the Luna Ghost case. And while I'm pretty sure they hired Linda Cardellini solely because she was on a TV show called Freaks and Geeks, she actually does a great job. I mean, yeah, the actress is closer to a model than a bookworm, but she's doing the voice,
Let's get jinky.
delivering the dry lines well, and ad-libbing a lot of dialogue to make her truer to the show.
Fred? Freddy?
That freaked me out when you called me Freddy, by the way.
Well, Velma calls Fred Jones, Freddy a lot in the cartoon, but I didn't want to do it because it's also your real name.
It was,
but I had to do it once.
Are you all right? Because Velma's got a little, under the cover thing for
She
Fred
does
Jones.
not.
Historically, her performance has been overshadowed by Lillard's, but I think she deserves her own dues here. She didn't get the cartoon role of Velma once that was open, which is a shame in my opinion, but she did come back as Hot Dog Water in Mystery Inc.
Hot dog water.
It's okay, Dad. We don't need to explain our ways.
You know, before she got shot. Fred, on the other hand, never really feels like Fred to me. Just like it's hard not to see Daphne as just an alt Buffy. On the other end, Cardellini and especially Lillard just are their characters on the big screen.
You really put it in perspective for me.
Thanks.
I quit.
She's actually crying here. I mean, come on. It's Scooby Doo 2002. She didn't have to sell it so hard. Lastly, I suppose I've got to mention that while there's still some little elbow nudges, the original script was going to go super, super hard on the Velma is a lesbian joke. There was even an entire bisexual striptease planned for her to do to Fred and to Daphne. This was actually filmed. Only a few scraps of this idea are left in some leaked set pictures, so it survived pretty late into production.
With a cast of cool and engaging young actors.
Jinkies!
Instead, they decided to pivot and made Mustache over here the new love interest. And for as nothing as this is, her connecting with Ed because it's the first time someone shows an interest in her love of mysteries is kinda something. Almost. Perhaps it was prophetic. Law-wise, I guess Velma is canonically bisexual now, which is fine, whatever, same. I do think it's odd though that the character was held up as this great LJN rep for so long when Really, for the longest time, it was just an outsider, lowbrow, honestly kind of sexist joke about how the frumpy one that likes to read books is obviously gay.
They're absolutely priceless, especially when Velma does her losing her glasses routine.
Yeah, that kills me. Why doesn't she get contacts?
Oh, I think it's a lesbian thing.
Plus, I'm a bit biased. Manny to Velma is peak Velma.
Don't worry, I don't bite.
Does she?
It's a joke that comes up now and again, and it always hits.
Those shoulders, jankies.
So, finally, how'd they do with the poster boys? The ones we mostly follow throughout the plot?
Shaggy and Scooby Doo!
It goes without saying, but everyone knows that Matthew Lillard absolutely kills this role. He just is Shaggy.
Is this a Valentine's?
No!
Shaggy? Every time you turn around, there are kids on the set, and you see them staring at you wide-eyed because you're Shaggy. You ask a random kid, I look like Tom Selleck. I look like, Tom Cruise. I look like Shaggy.
Come on, come here.
Good, it's a quiet, sensitive moment. Quick, smile at the camera.
And it's no secret that the dude is a very underrated actor. He totally steals the show in Scream, and you need to see his performance in Twin Peaks. Still, Shaggy is deceptively hard to pull off. You can't go too tame, because you're just going to end up really dull.
Oh, Scoob, I know it feels like everyone's judging us today, even the bowling pins. But don't freak out on me, bud. The ball return won't return our ball.
Or go too far and end up looking like an unfunny SNL sketch. So embodying the character so perfectly led to him being the de facto voice moving forward, once Casey Kasem, of Ghostbusters fame, stepped down.
The boys in gray slugged it out with a pretty pesky poltergeist, then stayed on to dance the night away with some of the lovely ladies who witnessed the disturbance. This is Casey Kasem.
He even got to have a cute little handoff scene in Looney Tunes Back in Action.
You made me sound like a total space cadet, man!
I'm sorry you feel that way. I was trying to be real to your character.
Having said all that, his arc here is pretty nothing, and yet still very confused. He's upset about the gang splitting up and wants to get them back together. Alright, cool. But then he meets Miss Tokes. Miss T. Oaks. Miss T. Oaks from DeBong.
Like that is my favorite name.
So now that's dropped, and his story is a budding rom-com with this girl.
That's Shaggy getting a lady, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
But uh-oh, Scooby's jealous. But then she leaves the plot, and his story is about falling out with and rescuing Scoob.
Mary Jane is a rat in a mask! Mary Jane is a man in a mask. Dude, you sound a little jealous.
It's a common issue with products that were stuck in development hell. You start to see the years and years of different plot lines just smushed together.
I still haven't found my friend.
Oh, don't worry. She'll turn up. Unless she's dead.
Like how Beetlejuice 2 was 3 different films just crammed into one. And speaking of, it's funny, Shaggy has way too much going on with no focus. But Scoob has nothing. Nothing! He sees monsters and people don't believe him at first, but that's resolved quick. Oh, but then he falls out with Shaggy, but then that's resolved as soon as they meet back up. He's got nothing!
Nothing! You've got nothing! Nothing!
These two are, for all intents and purposes, our leads, but they're kind of just dragged around the plot. I think they were on the money at the start. Have Shaggy and Scooby fill the shoes of sort of relationship therapists for the other 3, poorly or not. Have them help the gang get over their issues so they can be a team again. Be the unlikely force that rebuilds those bridges. Instead of the Scoob route, where they can't work on their relationship issues because you just separate them for most of the film. Because something I wish was touched on a little more is how much these versions are total outcasts. Now, I can't really lay a finger on how old they're meant to be.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.
But what's more important is they don't fit in with the partying teenagers. They don't fit in with the adults, and they don't fit in the outside world, which has rejected them as weird has-beens. Each are their own ball of neuroses, and they really only have each other. So Shaggy and Scooby being the only 2 that are happy with who they are, they should be the ones to realize that. Instead, the terrified twosome barely spend any time with the other gang members. I don't think Scooby ever even speaks to Velma. On top of which, it's also kind of weird that in a story that's already centered on the gang falling out and reconciling, they squeeze in another falling out makeup arc in the last third between the Shagster and his dog.
You're a dog?
I thought you knew.
It's both cluttered but empty at the same time. That's not to speak of that one scene. That one scene with that one line that even fans of the film just hate. But we'll get to that when it comes up. For now, let's head back into...
Whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not go into that spooky island castle. You cannot run, and you cannot hide. Yeah, you gotta face it, baby, things gon' bump in the night. Wherever you run, and wherever you hide. Yeah, you gotta face it, baby, things gon' bump in the night.
The gang reach an abandoned haunted castle ride, which is just this gorgeous money shot from the production team. Mixing an abandoned castle with an abandoned theme park ride is also a genius way to smash together two iconic staples of the show, even if the design is a little more Tim Burton than Scooby Doo in places. They split up for clues again, but nicely this time. Daphne gets filtered by a door, and Fred clumsily tries to cheer up Velma, before the ride reactivates and chases them all down. I feel like they could just go around this. As for Shaggy and Scooby, come award season, poor Scooby-Doo 2002 did not do well. No one had time for this little guy. It got a Razzie nomination and it couldn't even win that. It did manage to snag one award though, the Teen Choice Award for Best Fart. I don't want to harp on this too much because it's a reoccurring issue throughout both films, so just get it out the way. This is a 2000s comedy trying to appeal to both younger and older audiences, so you might not be shocked to hear that there are far too many fart, burp, and vomit jokes in these films. And this scene will not end. It really smacks of adults writing for kids without really knowing what kids actually find funny.
And that's great. I think that
You can't say that's great, dude.
I think that leg thing's funny. Here's the thing. It works though, right?
And it's funny, for all the effort to try and skew older, the film ends up way more childish than the original 60s cartoon ever was. And that one was aimed exclusively at little kids.
Oh no.
But if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not kidding.
I do like that they showed one of the cameras they were currently using to film this scene for the set, transitioning to the angle it's actually pointing at. Yeah, it's kinda lazy, but I do have to give the set props. Boo! Jokes aside, like a lot of other sets, the island castle is just fantastic. Daphne even stumbles on this very cool, atmospheric Lara Croft relic room, hiding the villain's mystical Daemon-Ritus pyramid thingy.
This is scary.
Watch the hip check.
Right?
Watch this. Yeah,
this
the hip
isn't
check.
you.
Boom! Oh,
That's not her.
Was that you?
No, that was a stunt hip.
We see this thing like twice, but the team came up with this huge backstory for what the room is and what it was used for thousands of years ago.
And this is where Daphne finds the Daemon-Ritus. Sort of like an operating theater, like the old operating theaters.
None of which is actually in the movie. I particularly really love this touch, the shadowed remains of some kind of judge or god on a throne that you probably didn't even catch till I just pointed it out. What is this Dark Souls level world building in one scene of Scooby-Doo the live action film? I love it. Anyway, while Shaggy and Scoob are doing animated James's favourite scene, Velma find a studio that seems to explain the changed behaviour of the island partygoers, pegging this operation as a brainwashing cult.
Let's see how the situation should be handled.
I will crush your bones into dust!
True that.
Word.
These transformed teens are a bit hard to put a finger on. I'm not really sure what they were going for with them. Sometimes they're overly aggressive, sometimes they're lame wiggers, sometimes they're overly composed and very creepy, other times they blend in perfectly, and other times they're, I don't know.
Michael Afton,
down the line. Michael Laughton, no way home.
In the 2000s draft, it was way clearer. The monsters were taking these cool, modern, party animals and turning them into these stuffy, golly-gee dogs. It was a pretty clear joke on the difference between how teens were portrayed in the 60s show to the then current MTV generation. Barn Dance versus Sugar Ray. In the finished film, if there is some kind of commentary or satire intended, I'm not parsing it. My best guess is it's maybe some kind of self-aware dig at themselves for being so, hello fellow kids. But judging from the rest of the film, I'm not confident to give them even that level of self-awareness. Without the script's original angle, this whole spring break, shut up mom vibe feels very random and disconnected. High on clues, the gang rushed to the tiki bar / piano lounge to celebrate. I love those things. By the way, I want to let you know that it's been a little tricky to clip this film. It's constantly playing licensed songs in these 30-second bursts. It's an insane rate I've only seen rivaled in Suicide Squad. Beef. But it's all part of that big marketing push WB gave it, you know. Gotta advertise that tie-in soundtrack.
This summer's hottest movie has this summer's hottest music. Featuring music by Outkast, Sugar Ray, Shaggy, Little Romeo featuring Master P, Uncle Cracker featuring Busta Rhymes, and Baha Men.
Oh no way, they got Blanco and Professor Smek on this thing! Ed Zappelli sneakily slides in while Velma is investigating the Temu Lamont configuration. Oh, we beat the second best character, Nice Sweater.
It is fascinating.
On the house. Nice sweater.
Oh, look out, Ed, you've got competition and it's not going very well. Velma hits the sauce and spends the whole time talking about herself.
Friends ditch you.
I always did the brain work.
Oh, bitch!
Opening up about the gang's glory days. I want to say this is the first time we actually get to see them happy together, but it's quickly interrupted by... oh god.
Scrappy-Dappy-Doo!
Alright, okay, Scrappy-Doo is here too. We can't have 5 seconds of peace before we're back in the shit. You see, Gunn and Raja really hated this little dude, and put him in the film as this obnoxious little sleazeball as a joke.
You don't have the scrote for this job, Pally! Ta-da!
Oh god, he's peeing on me!
What, did Nickelodeon not have a Best Piss award? Good lord, this film. This whole joke definitely started an ongoing hate boner for Scrappy-Doo that lives on to this day. I mean, it did lead to the best joke in Mystery Inc. though, so can't really hate it.
Wow, I haven't seen...
Look away, Daphne. We all promised each other that we would never speak of him. Not ever.
Psst. If you're also wondering if they really modeled and animated an entire second CGI dog for 5 minutes of water sports, well, you're actually smarter than I was as a kid.
Foreshadowing is obvious.
She was the coolest girl at Coolsville High. Fred.
Uh-oh, fun fact alert! Did you know, law-wise, mentioning Coolsville as their hometown and not Crystal Cove means these are likely, in fact, older versions of the pup-named Scooby-Doo cast and not the original 60s gang?
Oh, is that really true?
I don't know, probably not. While we're talking about behind-the-scenes stuff, if you've ever wondered why Scooby is so bowled over by a Chew's piano playing... It's because here is where another cutscene I wish they kept was meant to go. Firstly filmed as that drunken bisexual striptease we mentioned, then refilmed as a drunken serenade to Ed Zappelli. Then ultimately just cut, though its ghost still haunts the first trailer. Ooh.
Your name means Scooby-Poo!
No, it doesn't.
Oh, there it is! Chekhov's ear! Scoob spies one of the Real Monster rejects and makes a big scene. There's a cute little nod to Don Knotts, a frequent guest in the original show, and actually a planned cameo in one of the early scripts. Bit ambitious, he was 78 at the time, but then they ruin it with a testicle gobbling joke.
This is the most embarrassing thing you've done since you decided to clean your beans at Don Knotts' Christmas party.
Who is this for? Fred gets up and does a big speech about how monsters are fake for no reason. It's more of a Velma thing to do, you think?
I don't understand why Fred all of a sudden starts making this speech.
Hey, that's what I
like
do.
the little
right?
F on your shirt there.
Fred being a skeptic was another important story element that just got gutted with his screen time.
There are no such thing as ghouls, ghosts, goblins, or Mr. Beans. Where are you?
Of course, he's wrong. Fred, you idiot! Speaking of, Velma loses her glasses. It's classic bits. This is me when I lose my cock ring. But hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait, Ed Zappelli just fucking leaves her? Come back here, Ed! Ed, she's gonna die! It's an absolute shit show set to a pretty grooving beat. Fred, Velma, and Mondavarius all get kidnapped, while Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne escape. Oh, and Bongetta's there too.
My favorite name.
Ooh, look at this jump. Ooh, getting the most out of your Sarah Michelle Gellar, I see. Things settle down, and we reach our all is lost moment.
The all is lost moment!
The low point of the film. And our remaining heroes are not taking it well. I think it's about time for that Shaggy line.
Save Fred and Velma.
Well, that's sort of like my plan, which is get the heck out of here and let the creatures eat Fred and Velma.
No way.
Okay, the characters have all been off so far, but this is just so out of character. And it's just the biggest red flag that the script just didn't get these guys. Do you see what I mean when you aren't actually rooting for them to get back together? They're horrible.
But I'm surrounded by assholes.
In any case, they do the bare minimum. They call for help and wait for someone to show up.
Coast Guard, Fitzgibbon.
Our friends were, kidnapped.
Our friends have been kidnapped.
Just might sight a monster. Oh, the ghost is here. It's our frightening task to face our fears and the creep in the mask. Till the ghost is here, there's no reason to ask. He's fake.
With no help coming, the day is left to be saved by the losers of the gang. Though, honestly, is it much of a gang if 3/5 of the team are openly dead weight? Oh, no way, is that Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray's in this film? No way! How'd they get Sugar Ray? How'd they do it? Is it too mean to say the most tone-deaf part of the film is this cameo? Yeah, no, it's too mean. I won't make that joke. Uh-oh, fun fact. Originally, the band was meant to be Josie and the Pussycats, a cartoon that would have its own ill-fated live-action film not long after.
You know who's funny? Bill Cosby. And he's gonna kill you after stick my spoon in your pudding.
Man, we got beats like it was the Lizness on Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, they made Fred white.
Keeping it real.
Scoob, I'm begging you. The whole underdog step-up angle is pretty alright for a Scooby Doo film, and actually ends up being a major part of the sequel.
My go-go boots!
Here, it seems like it's gonna be how the whole film wraps up, but like most other plot beats, it's wrapped up way too quickly. Daphne lasts like, what, a minute before getting kidnapped, exiting a very inappropriate deleted scene.
What's going on? I'm just getting my swerve on.
Now, why would they cut this? Back with Shaggy and Scoob, they're on the run while Sugar Ray tries to get them to listen to their new album. Why am I being so mean to them? Oh, look out, Shag! It's Miss Wenty! Miss Fort Wenty. Or is she? I actually can't tell if this was effectively creepy in an uncanny way. Just a bit shit.
What do we do? Like, what are you doing, man?
Raggy, Larry Rainer's a rat.
Mary Jane is a man.
Whoa, Scoob! I know it's 2002, but that's not very progressive of you.
The smart one.
Right. And you've always been a chick?
Poor Shaggy's just trying to scrooge right into that monster see, but Scoob ain't having it as the love triangle boils over.
All ripped! I'm whipped.
Scoob acting as Norville's spurned lover is a pretty well-worn gag, but it's still one that always works on me.
Stop it, Shaggy. I'm not stupid. Are you cheating on me?
Lucky for you, I'm a dog lover.
Oh, fun fact. In the second Gunn draft, Mary Jane was going to be possessed way earlier, with the romance with Shaggy being exclusively with her demon. This guy's got a very odd love life. It reminds me of when he was hot for Chaos Zero in Alien Invaders. In yet another out-of-character moment, the two start physically fighting, throwing fists at each other. Look at this! Who throws a haymaker at a dog?
No, Scooby-Doo, your mom eats cat dick!
Because let's face it, Scooby-Doo, your mother was no Sharon Stone.
During fisticuffs... party cuffs? Scoob finally gets nabbed by the baddies, with William Afton's stump double breaking his ankle jumping in after.
Smack!
Oh! Yeah. As I mentioned, this whole sequence is deceptively impressive with all the staging needed. Like, yeah, the model is really grim and feels like a ghost. The story beat is just really off. But damn, they're trying so hard. They even brought in the midget centaur to help out. How'd they get him to agree? I don't know. People are reacting to thin air, they knock things around him, they pay special attention to his shadows, they even have him do little missable things to make him feel more alive. I like it here, where he just passively licks Shaggy's shirt. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but anyone who's had a dog knows they just do that. All that's to say, it's the attention to detail that makes a big difference. It just can't conquer the uncanny valley of his design. But, yeah, speaking of design, look at this fucking elaborate tunnel system they built just for this shitty film. Please, someone please give these dudes a good script, Jesus! Down here, Shaggy finds a big bowl of jizz soup, where Mondavarius has been keeping everyone's souls. And every now and again, the film reminds me that it can sell a joke when it wants to.
Thank you so much, you've saved me, thank you. Sorry, I'm looking for my friends. But
Shaggy manages to free the gang's souls. Oh, no, I'm sorry, no. Sets free the gang's protoplasm. Yeah, that was another weird change. They filmed the whole thing calling them souls, and they obviously are souls. But they had to go back and edit in the word protoplasm because the studio pushed back on religious themes. Zoinks! Like, is that the holy ghost? Originally, none of us thought about this while we were shooting, but the things that were pulled out of the people to go into the demon, we called those souls because it was a soul sucker machine. But we had a screening and we had some pretty hard pushback from religious people. We were like, no, it's not meant to go there. We basically had to go through the whole movie and take out every reference and make it protoplasm. With the protoplasms free, well, with Shaggy's friends protoplasms free, get fucked Melvin do, they all take back their bodies. What's happening?
I'm not Daphne.
The film turns into Spooky Saturday for about 5 minutes in yet another drive-by plot point.
Hey, I can look at myself naked.
Stop, Fred, you can't do that! You're under arrest. Okay, last time, we gotta talk about it again. It's around here you probably stop noticing the odd edgier joke.
Someone must have spiked my root beer last night. Talk me down, man. Talk me down.
And start being actually distracted by them.
Fred keeps touching me.
Hey, good looking. Fred on Fred.
I'm searching high and low, but I can't find the tone here.
Everyone will feel they've been treated with respect and that the film's been done. But I think there's some stuff that they're not going to be ready for and a bit shocked, and we'll get some good laughs out of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shock for most fans.
Well, he's not wrong, I guess. We've got SA jokes, piss jokes, roofie jokes, fart jokes, Velma's tits. Not to repeat myself, but it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? That the film that started as a self-aware adult version ended up so lowbrow and stupid. I'm not over the kitchen scene. I'll never be over the kitchen scene. I think a lot of people just memory hole all of these moments when they talk about loving this film. Oh, Dip, the best character's back.
Yes. So that's why I'm taking this dead Arnuki beast up in my house to protect myself.
What the hell is that? Don't just bring it up like we know what that is. What is that? And he's gone forever. Guess he didn't want to be in the climax. I mean, can you blame him? So we made it! Party time, our big finale. Mondavarius reveals himself as the leader of the cult and outlines his plan to old Scoob.
A sacrifice. Sacrifice? That's not a good thing, Scoob.
He needs to sacrifice a purely good soul to get, I don't know, ultimate power or something.
That is so mean.
Now, they can't do the ritual without a pure human soul. Where in the world are they gonna get one of those?
I didn't say human.
Scooby? Purely good? I don't even think the show version would count, but especially not this version. Farting, sucking his own dick, and attacking Shaggy and trans people. Ah well, no one ever said it was a good plan. The gang will have to finally get over their garbage and work together to save Scoob.
Velmster?
Giving me my own nickname? Part of the gang.
Aw, Fred even learned to appreciate the others. Off screen, of course.
The only thing I'm good for is getting caught.
That's not a true hero.
There's no time, we're gonna finish.
That would have made more sense if you would have seen my low self-esteem therapy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff would have made more sense if you just keep it in.
Like Ouroboros itself going to town on his juicy tail, the gang come back to square one. They set up an elaborate trap to release all the captured souls, only for Shaggy to fuck it up!
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
Undercover and surrounded by monsters, all the gang can do is blend in and watch helplessly. This extra is not earning his paycheck. And of course, Tweedledee and Tweedlefred get caught.
We are creatures.
Y'all forgot the next part of the dance. Where we do the electric slide. You know, it's electric. Wow, boom. Woo!
It's electric.
And here it is. Are you ready? It's gonna happen soon. It's happening. They managed to take down Mr. Bean, and we have our big reveal of the film. Our big mystery money shot. And it's Scrappy Doo.
Puppy power!
Orion's plot twist. I told you they didn't just model him for a piss joke.
Time to take a piss.
It's a very James Gunn twist, redefining a classic element in a very mean, memey way.
Piss!
And if you're wondering why this comes so out of nowhere, and with so little setup, it's because Old Scrapper was a very late addition to the plot. In fact, the only reference to him in the initial script was this joke where the Coast Guard threatens to put Scooby down. Drown? Like, what happened to Scrappy? Nice to know he was a #1 hater from day one. You gotta respect it. As for why they did it, I guess they thought Emil being the leader of the cult was, and really still is, a bit of a weak reveal, and just wanted to zhuzh it up. I mean, big surprise, the celebrity guest in charge of everything was in charge of everything. Also didn't hurt that lets them go back to the everyone hates Scrappy meme, which, you know, as I said, like a lot of the other meta jokes, I'm not sure has much basis in reality. Now, I was never a Scrappy head as a little boy.
While I lay on my Scrappy wrap. Over there is Daddy Drat.
Shut up! Oh my god!
But this wasn't like when the Flintstones added the Great Gazoo.
I am here to observe your species' mating rituals. Okay, dum-dums?
This little dude was super popular and boosted ratings significantly. It's why he was around for so long. He was such a success that they kept trying to recreate him with this endless string of Scooby relatives. You got your Doobie-Doo, your Yabba-Doo, your Dixie-Doo. Yo, you know I ain't messing with no Scooby-Doo.
I think there's something really wrong there. He's not like fun stupid.
Unfortunately, Scrappy has slurped up enough of the magic sperm soup and is able to transform into Scrappy Rex. And like a pit bull coming within 15 feet of any given toddler, he goes goblin mode.
Scooby-Doo! What do you mean, Melvin Doo?
Okay, I've got to get the Pepe Sylvia board out because, I'm sorry, I'm getting filtered by Scooby-Doo. I do not understand what Scrappy's plan even is. I get it in the broadest terms. Scrappy wants to rule the world and get revenge on the gang. But he does this by making an army of super strong, super sexy teenagers. Alright. Regardless of how effective that'd actually be, where did these monsters come from? Where did Scrappy-Doo find the pyramid or learn how it works? How did he get everyone else on board? Achu Kahuna seems to know how all this works. What's his deal? Where'd he come from? Who built the robot suit? Does Scrappy do that? No one knows! But what's really odd is while all of this is a mess and is poorly thought out, in spite of all this glossing over, I'm compelled to give it this. The actors and set designers were still totally dedicated to the little details. I already mentioned Rowan Atkinson ad-libbing all these little hints to show he's actually scrappy, but did you notice the tiny little dog bed in his office? How about how Mary Jane stopped sneezing near Scooby at a certain point, showing exactly when she switched? I mean, they actually got Scrappy's real voice actor to play him.
Scrappy! Then I've been here longer than all of you! Longer than you, and you!
That little egomaniac had flipped his lid.
I mentioned the colour theory in the backgrounds and the lore baked into the set design, but did you also notice the bunny from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac just hanging out throughout the film for some reason? Yeah! Like Fred swinging his big rope here, you find yourself watching this film as it bounces all over the place, defying all reasonable logic and gravity. Oh, do we have time for one more wee joke?
Like, wow! Talk about toasted!
Things are looking grim, but you know, it's all good. Daphne kills Bane, which frees the Ecto-Souls, and Shaggy even gets to save the day.
You're a bad puppy!
Oh, that's sweet. Even Fred and Daphne kiss. Wait, why? Nowadays, it's easy to forget since Daphne and Fred being together is just the status quo.
I have feelings, world, for Traps and Daphne.
But you know, up until now, the only time it had been seriously hinted at was, you guessed it, Zombie Island. More than that though, this is the one sole scene in the whole film that even suggests they're interested in each other.
Fred!
No, really, what's he doing? He spent the whole film with Velma. I sound like a broken record, but yes, this was a bigger part of that first script, before Fred's role was just drastically cut down. Still, it's more natural than Ed and Velma over here. Oh, stop that, he left you to die! In fact, everyone gets paired off. It's actually pretty comical how it just happens, one after another after another. Well, it's a happy ending, I guess. I mean, look, Mr. Bean's alive, and Velma finally gets her attention. Aw, is she happy now? Since that's all she does this for now, I guess. Did you get your precious attention? Did you? Is someone Miss Popular now? Did someone get their attention? Is there anything? And that's how the film comes to a close. The gang are media darlings again. Scrappy is being sent to Guantanamo, and Mondavarius cleans up pretty damn quick. The day has been saved. Woohoo! Oh, go on, we can plagiarize Zombie Island one more time. That's a treat. Oh, Jesus, fuck no, never mind, stop!
Golly, this place sure is creepy at night.
It's even creepy during the day.
I think you better split up.
Available now. Doo Happens. You can nab Scooby-Doo on video and DVD.
Woo, what a roller coaster, eh? But not like an exciting one full of thrills. More like one of those unsupervised bumper car rides that get set up by travellers in Blackpool. You just gotta sit there and take your punishment as the local nonce slams into your car over and over and over again. What I'm saying is it's an interesting experience. The Scooby-Doo 2002 experience. Well, actually, kind of not really. Not entirely. See, I wanted the full experience with everything on top, please. The same one I had as a kid. So, yeah, I got the DVD. What a weird little beast this thing was. Never have I seen a DVD case like it before or since. The plastic hinge invariably breaks and the cardboard cover will bend. Still, if you ever needed evidence I actually got this, I have so many proofs of purchase. Let's swoosh this right in and have a look. Do you all remember DVD extras? I miss them so much. Nowadays, it's considered a treat if the Blu-ray has trailers. I mean, we used to be a real country. Please, sir, I want a commentary. A commentary? Man, this takes me back. I used to love watching these films and then go exploring the menus after the credits. The Harry Potter releases were like the gold standard for kids' DVD extras. It went crazy. You could spend hours in them with all the behind-the-scenes features and point-and-click games. Oh, and Pirates of the Caribbean was one of my favourites. It had this really nice set of documentaries that started my love for the Golden Age and the works of Robert Louis Stevenson. And I can't not mention the legendary amount of effort that went into the Incredibles release. It lets you log onto Syndrome's computer and read an insane amount of lore that was left out of the film. You've got multiple animated shorts, making of footage, and watch this great fake cartoon pilot with Bob and Frozone.
I get caught. The black superhero gets caught.
Well, a minute ago you were complaining they made you white.
Oh, that's right. The tan superhero gets caught.
He's found the bridge. The bridge?
Are you kidding me?
Don't shout.
What kind of show is this?
Hey.
I've got to make a video on the lost art of the DVD extra sometime. For Scooby-Doo, they put a decent effort in. Of course, you get those deleted scenes I've been showing throughout the video, although evidently just a small sample, the rest lost to time.
Did somebody spike your Alpo?
And I highly recommend the lovably awkward commentary track I've been clipping in.
What do you call it? I call it a four-wheeler.
Would you guys say like Franco call it four-wheeler?
Four-wheeler. I make fun of the way I talk.
On top of all of that, you get a really generous amount of behind-the-scenes features. Watching these was really an eye-opener for just how much passion was put into this film and the respect they all had for the source material.
It is brilliant American literature, and I don't care what anybody. It is. It should be taught in schools.
Almost all, regardless of the end results. Plus, it does just look like it was a lot of fun to have been on set for. Do you remember Easter eggs? These were like hidden videos that you had to click everywhere on the menu to find. Here, these one on the sign, and it's just a cute little behind-the-scenes video of the crew having to deal with the torrential rain of Tangalooma Island.
As we go along, it'll get better and better. I'm very confident.
Oh, one more fun fact! Did you know they actually rebranded as Spooky Island? Wild stuff. Hell, the Spooky Coaster in Gold Coast, Australia that opened way back in 2002 to advertise the film's release, it's still running today. Nostalgia for this film clearly still runs strong. This slew of making of footage was a treasure trove for making this video. And this is the kind of stuff I really loved as a kid and initially sparked my interest in the art behind making films. They weren't just background noise to switch on while you fiddled on your Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition. Even a bad film was still this little world you could plug into with all this extra material and history to how it was made. And I really think we've lost that in the modern age. So I mentioned also that there were a lot of tie-in songs they had to squeeze into the film, but Outkast's Land of a Million Drums was definitely the headliner of the bunch.
Scooby-Doo, 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 Scooby-Doo.
So much so that the music video had its own section on the disc. You know, I just realised how bizarre that might look nowadays, but it really wasn't for the time. If you're too young to remember, back in '97, Will Sniff wrote a rap to tie into his latest star vehicle, Mib. Song was a major hit, so for the longest time you could not get a big release out without serving up a tie-in pop song. Easy marketing, easy money. God bless them, it's where we can look back at boy bands wearing trench coats, trying desperately to make Inspector Gadget seem sexy for the sound of the summer. Props to Scooby-Doo, however, they somehow managed to swing the goats with Outkast. It was probably not a coincidence that Andre 3000 had a history of working with Cartoon Network at the time. Something he probably regrets. And the song is a lot of fun, even if I still have no idea what A Land of a Million Drums actually is. But hey, they referenced the niche Vincent Price spin-off. And I like that we live in a world where you can be listening to Bombs Over Baghdad and then a song about smoking weed with Scooby-Doo autoplays.
Scooby-Doo on video and DVD with really cool Scooby extras. You can own Scooby-Doo now on video and DVD. Rated PG.
Now all of that is pretty cool by itself, but there's actually a bit more you can access. Back then, they really wanted us shoving this thing into our PCs for even more goodies. It was a big selling point of DVDs. You can't do this with a VHS. We just slide this into our disk drive, enter our postcode for some reason, and we're in! As a baby boy, I was always excited for the DVD-ROM features, but they always oversold this stuff. Like leaving a trail of candies to an unmarked van. It was really more of a gateway to lure kids onto the now-defunct WB Kids subscription club. Still, it gave you more content with your purchase, mainly split into games and downloadables. Only, of the games I could get to work, I mean, they weren't even early Newgrounds level. No! There's this one, which is a round of charades you play where the answer is always the same. Luchador captured Fred. You get it right, and you get it right. I get that it's a nod to a running joke from the show, but my god, this game is an entire option to itself on the menu. This is the highlight, and the others don't fare any better. There's a match 2 game. You just kind of do it in silence and then it ends. I'm losing my mind. Oh, Scooby's got the munchies! The joke is weed, guys! The joke is weed! What, is that actually weed? There's this farting game. I mean, great. It's my favorite part of the film. Great. I couldn't get it to work. Oh, I guess but Fred is real. We've got this Saturday night scoobing game here that's it's actually kind of sweaty. They now think Fred is one of them. Fred can now walk amongst the residents of Spooky Island without them suspecting. We did it, Reddit. We did the electric slide. Woo! And I guess there's this stacking game. There's a score, but it doesn't save it, and you can't actually lose. So you're just kind of playing pretend that you're playing a game, but in reality, it's nothing. This is nothing. I'm sorry, I've got to go back. Why was there actually weed in the match 2 game? I mean, I know it's not actually weed, but you know what it's meant to be. I know what it's meant to be, and it's an official Scooby-Doo product. And that's it for the interactive side of the extras. Took me about 10-15 minutes to blow through. It almost makes me sound ungrateful. Like I said, nowadays they're even locking gag reels behind digital deluxe purchases. Still, you look at what others were doing at the same time, and you do think it had been better to put all this effort into one interesting extra than all of these little things. Would you like to go on the internet? No, that is not okay. You also get some downloadables, you got your standard wallpapers, desktop icons, this screensaver featuring a cut line from the film. You ate Scooby! How far do your munchies? Enough! And there's also some crafts. You can make a box of Scooby snacks with accurate nutrition info. Okay, I would have put a joke here, but they know everyone's gonna choose to make the Mystery Mobile instead. I made one myself. Vroom, vroom. Scooby, Scooby Doo, I love you. But enough of these little appetizers. Let's get to the main course.
It's so cold. We'll probably have to fish through a hole in the ice.
That's for sure. I've already got 6 sweaters on and I'm freezing.
Plays your favorite character in Scooby-Doo, the motion picture.
What the hell was that?
Product not yet rated.
Yes, finally! It wouldn't be a big summer release in 2002 without a proper video game tie-in. We don't really get these anymore. Good. I never played this one as a kid, but I figure we've looked at everything else. Let's take a quick peek at this too. I mean, people who played it as kids seem to like it. Oh. So sorry about that, man. The first thing you'll twig is the game follows this weird original plot that doesn't match up with the movie. Bane is a smuggler now, Scrappy never appears, and the island is built on a burial ground that awakened the Master Monster Mind. Who? A lot of video game tie-ins were like this. It's likely the team only got some broadcasting, plot details and concept art, and then were told to get on it ASAP. It's why scraps from those original drafts managed to make their way into the game, like Mary Jane's Lost Friend, or Voodoo Maestro having a bigger role. Remember that Shrek game that had absolutely nothing to do with the film and was just Just all kinds of wrong. Well, let's see how they did. Chapter 1, we start in Spooky Hotel. There's a spooky sheet ghost on the loose, and Scooby, I think, is on the case. We go around talking to PNGs of, I'm sure, the devs, mostly repeating the same stuff over and over. Old Man Smithers is looking kinda young. This is an ensemble cast, and along the way we recruit a Slenderman-looking Shagster and the future poster child for edgy nepotistic streaming shows. They all have their special powers. Scooby can run, Shaggy can run, and Velma can do boring minigames. Oh look, it's Mary Jane! Scooby's just talking like a regular dude here. It's kind of off-putting.
Nuh-uh, I'm not going in there. It's cold and smelly. Yum yum, Spooky Island Scooby snacks.
We just started and I'm already getting filtered by a 2002 Scooby Doo game for the Game Boy Advance SP Silver Tribal Edition. It's just that everything looks the same, and I'm lost, and I'm talking to the 100th disgruntled groom, and it just clicks. This game is one big maze. You run around looking for clues and playing the same 3 minigames over and over and over.
Hello, would you like something?
This lock one in particular, you do it every time you open a chest. At first I was like tearing my hair out at how often it was popping up, but honestly it's not too bad. It's all random, and often it just starts auto-solved. Still, you realise you'll only ever get tokens from the chest. Tokens are used to buy health, which would be useful, except here's how much damage the enemies do.
Ouch! Kiss it and make it better.
Yeah, so we see a chest, we keep on moving. We do 3 of these Pokemon Ice Cave puzzles in a row, and we've captured the Sheet Ghost. Old Man Bane, the creepy meth dealer? Onto the castle. Guy versus ghost. What guy? Which guy? Me? Uh-oh, watch out, Mysterious Ink. The green ghost is on the loose, and... oh my god. Alright then. Alright then.
No, I'm afraid I just...
Greened
myself.
There's gotta be a better way to say that.
The game wants us to find Fred, but look at the goddamn map. It's worse than the hotel, and by the way, everyone looks like Fred. At least they finally remembered Scooby's speech impediment. That's nice. Look! You know, this angle, this castle, the lack of faces, it all really reminds me of that Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets GBA game. Anyone else remember that? It wasn't good either, but at least it had gameplay. Anyway, we find Fred and then start beating rats to death with our bare hands like a total psychopath. You ready? Here's my walkthrough for this roller coaster of a level. We run through the maze to get Fred. Then we run back over to the start so Fred can move the debris. What? Then we run all the way back to where Fred was and do a pipe puzzle.
Today, Junior?
I really shouldn't have played this on the edge of my seat because I fell right off and hurt me damn bum. Velma squirts the green ghost and they didn't animate it. Whatever! Next level! Chapter 3, and we're back at the hotel. I'm getting a sinking feeling. Yep, no, it's the same thing on the same map.
Don't bother me, I'm practicing my fire twirling.
I even peeked at the other levels, and unsurprisingly, there are just 3 maps in the entire game, which coincidentally seems to be the same as the number of tracks that play. You do this on loop a few times until you beat the Master Monster Mind, and the gang go home. The end. Great tie-in, WB.
I hate you, Team Scoop.
And the Hasselvania final verdict is play Night of 1,000 Frights instead. It's really good. You still with me? We made it out of the Scooby hole, gang. I wanted to cover all of this to get across what a big impact the film was for a kid in the 2000s. I don't think people remember just how well it performed, or seen with all this extra stuff, what a phenomena it managed to be despite everything. As I said, it wasn't a cheap production, yet it still managed to just over triple its budget. It competed against and beat The Bourne Identity at the box office. It was a certified unambiguous success, so a sequel was a no-brainer, as is, I guess, the sheer amount of nostalgia I still see for it. When I watched Cyberchase, I saw a team beaten down and rushed and saddled with new tech that doesn't work. Here, it's the opposite. The actors clearly love being around each other.
So, keep watching on MTV's Cancun Creepers. Capers. Capers. MTV's Cancun Capers.
It was clearly a blast to make. There are people in this production really giving it their all and then some. Yeah, the CGI wasn't there, but damn, did they try hard to make it work. It's impossible for all of that talent and positivity not to come through somehow. But the script is the foundation of everything, and this is just a very weak script. Just tired and confused from all that development hell. The whole team working on it elevated it, for sure, but there's only so much elevating you can do. It's a rare case of a finished film being less than the sum of its parts, and honestly, unfortunately so. But it does beg the question. Without the development hell, and with a better script, what could these guys have pulled off? Well, we'll take a look at that real soon. I think you all know what's next. But first, thank you so much for making it to the end. This was actually a lot of fun to put together. I had another really long video I was deep into when I lost all the footage. And so starting again was a really daunting task, but this film turned out to be very fascinating to research. But it would not have been done without the help from the lovely people you saw along the way. Special thanks to Truff Stuff, Hizzy Hay, Therapist Plus Gamer, and Dan for lending me their voices. Links to their content on the screen now. And with that, I'm finally done. I'll see you next time, slopheads. Bye-bye.